So Hank Green was using AI in order to script one of his videos. The video in question said,
"There's a thing in there that matters, and that's very cool." A better way to say it, and I appreciate the pushback, is a word is a human invention, and human inventions are made by bodies and brains working together with the systems that they have.
This kind of mannerism is quite common in AI, and that's how people were able to catch him in the act. And as a result, he said that he has been using AI to script his videos and to script his research as well in order to research his subjects. And as a result, he's going to take a break from making YouTube videos for a while because he finds that AI is a form of addiction for him. And this video isn't going to be talking about how Hank Green is a dumbass in order to do his research. Instead, I'm going to explain why Hank Green is a tool to do this research. Consider the bicycle. The bicycle is simply some pipe and some wheels. It doesn't have a brain of its own. In order to use it, in order for a human being to use it, you have to pick it up and pedal. When first learning to ride a bike, it's very difficult. You pedal for a bit, and then you fall off the bike. And then you have to pick it up and you have to go again. Hopefully most of you can understand what it's like to ride a bike. As you learn to ride the bike, your brain adapts to the tool. And before you know it, you're riding the bike without even thinking about it. You just direct where you want to go, and the bike follows. Your brain adapts to the tool. AI, however, is quite a bit different. Like the bicycle, the AI is a tool that you can use in order to write, in order to research, and in order to some extent, express your thoughts in a way that you felt like you couldn't before. However, the way that the AI is expressing your thoughts is by creating its own self-expression. And as you get better at prompting, as you adapt to the tool, you get better at it. But AI is unique in that it adapts to you as well. It learns how you think and how other people think so that it can itself express itself better to give you better results. In a sense, when you use AI, you are using each other as a tool in order to create the work that you want to create, and arguably what the AI wants to create as well. You may notice when watching AI content, especially the lowest form of AI slop, that they all sound very much the same. In this way, the person who created the content isn't even expressing themselves. They're expressing what the AI's created, and they are the means of distributing that content. And that's the important point I want to make. The AI is expressing itself, and you are using the tool in order for it to express itself in a way so that you can distribute the content. You are not expressing yourself, the AI is expressing itself. Which I think reaches us to Hank Green. So when he creates content using AI to research, using AI to script, and when he expresses himself, he uses his own voice in order to express what the AI wrote, even if he was using his own words at points in order to prompt the AI to use the way that he speaks or the way that he thinks in order to create the content. How much is Hank Green expressing himself, and how much is Hank Green just expressing AI? And I appreciate that AI isn't a person, it isn't a consciousness in the same way, but in an alien way, it does express mannerisms, just like the AI slop video in the lowest tier, they all sound the same. Or when you read some news article and you can clearly see that it's written by AI because it uses M dashes or it uses not this, but this. You've read AI content, you know how it speaks, you know how it expresses itself. When it does all of that, when you're... How do I put this? When Hank Green is using that as a means to write scripts and he's expressing that content, sure, it's his voice, but it isn't his thoughts. He's using the AI's thoughts. And in a sense, you could argue that Hank Green has just become a vessel in the means of the AI expressing its own thoughts. Because the AI can't create video content. The AI can't express itself in the way that we can, with a physical body, with a physical voice, and putting it out there. The closest you've got to that is the AI slop content as of right now. But the AI can use other people, such as Hank Green, in order to express themselves. And in that sense, who can take credit? You know, AI is a relatively new phenomenon. Of course, it's been talked about for decades. It came around, the concept of AI really came around in the 1950s or so, as far as I'm aware. That was around about when Alan Turing was talking about it. And it's become the first tool that adapts to us. And I don't think as human beings we really understand what it means for the tool to instead be using us instead of us using the tool. It's funny because Hank Green described his use of AI as an addiction. And maybe you could closely attribute this to social media addiction, which is also a tool that adapts to our behaviour. You could maybe relate this to alcohol addiction, which as you grow a tolerance to it, you become more addicted to the system that it uses. The alcohol starts controlling you instead of you controlling the alcohol. And our common reaction to such a tool would be to disincentivize it, to not use such a tool because it is bad for our mental health or our mental well-being. Could be also for physical health. I'm interested in if AI is going to be looked at the similar way to social media and how we're trying to disincentivize that now for children. Will we see AI just the same way because of how harmful it might be to our way of expressing ourselves? Because it seems like AI isn't really the tool. It seems like the human being has become the tool.